It's the same deal as America.
First of all, to kick things off with a bang, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach isn't just a straightforward sequel, it's a whole new level of madness, and Kojima Productions knows it. After, well, you all know the mind-bending first entry, they have introduced a new game-changing feature that actually helps you make sense of all this chaos. Like, think of it as a Final Fantasy XVI's lore database, but better. Every time something new drops in a cutscene, this corpus new thing pops up with key info and you can actually pause to read it. Like, no more scrambling for context or googling, plus the game has a 17-page recap, giving you a refresher on the wild ride. Launching on June 26 on PlayStation 5, this game promises an even weirder, wilder story and an entire new plot.
So then, you're not quite dead.
Dune Awakening is taking a little more time to perfect itself. Originally set for a May 20 release, is now landing on June 10, with pre-orders getting access on June 5. In fact, Funcom revealed that feedback from their ongoing beta and major preview test led to the decision, and the extra 3 weeks will let them fine-tune the game and deliver a smoother, more polished experience at launch. The game's all about multiplayer survival on a massive scale, so it's no surprise they're taking the time to get it right. Anyway, get ready for a huge immersive world complete with sandworms and epic survival gameplay. Keep your eyes peeled also for a big beta weekend next month.
The spice must flow. I am the man who ensures that it continues to do so.
A moment where machine learning would evolve past our capabilities of control.
MindsEye at number 3 is looking like the next big thing from the studio founded by the guy behind Grand Theft Auto's classics. I mean, the game of talking, if you missed it before, is set in a dystopian desert town where AI and robots control everything. You play as Jacob Diaz, a soldier with a messed up brain implant that messes with his memory. The game's got that Grand Theft Auto vibe with third-person shooting, smart enemies teaming up, and high-speed car chases as well. It's a more serious, story-driven experience, blending sci-fi and gritty politics, plus it's looking amazing. Here's a new trailer.
Companies like Silver Corporation, instead of being thankful, have turned their backs on the very stars and stripes that made them a success.
It's kind of hard to imagine Mario Kart 8 being top, but Mario Kart World is making it look like the right move for Nintendo Switch 2. The world's visuals are just stunning, the environment's animations breathe new life into the Mushroom Kingdom, and the traditional Grand Prix tracks feel familiar. The new characters, like wall jumping, rail grinding, also then promise a pretty unique twist. It's actually got a new knockout tour mode, elimination style races that add a competitive edge, which is perfect for online and esports play, and though the full world map wasn't available yet, the early demo was enough to get players excited for the June 5 release. Here's how it looks. Stellar Blade has finally slashing its way to PC this June, and it's not coming alone. Alongside all the slick PlayStation 5 upgrades, think Nier, Automata, crossover photo mode, holiday fits, you're also getting that spicy Goddess of Victory Nikke DLC, which is bringing new levels, new looks, girls, in fact, shift-ups battling big that the PC drop will outperform console sales. Anyway, if you missed it on the PlayStation, now's the time. Ultra polished combat, better visuals, and enough drip to drown in. Check it out, June is about to go stellar. However, like I mentioned, Stellar Blade is launching on PC on June 11, and alongside its complete edition, which includes a host of new extras and so much more. If you missed it, here's the thing: originally this game was a PlayStation 5 exclusive a year ago, and now it brings enhanced graphics with AI upscaling, frame generation, and ultra-wide display support as well. You will also enjoy Japanese and Chinese voiceovers, plus DualSense controller support on PC. The complete edition here adds bonus content like exclusive outfits and the Nier Automata look.
To save Earth and the future of humanity.
Humanity's greatest and only hope for survival can be found in Mother Sphere.
A way to chart our future, carved into the Earth itself.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is coming in hot, June 5. And while it's getting a physical edition, don't expect a cartridge, it's just a download code in a box. Yes, it's coming to PC, consoles, and it's a launch title for Switch 2 as well. Civilization 7 is packing upgrades like a bigger map, game chat support, Joy-Con 2 mouse controls, and boosted visuals running up to 4K at 60 FPS. And if you do already own a Switch, you can upgrade for $10. Deluxe buyers also get all their extra content carried over automatically. Just check it out. Developers just released a new trailer for it as well.
Okay, let's go through all of this once again. We have 3 days before the sun rises and burns everything to ash. And we're stuck in front of a giant river of lava.
The Altis, on the other hand, takes a pretty wild sci-fi idea, cloning yourself to survive, and runs with it in a way that feels both emotional and strategic. You play as this guy called Jan, a lone worker stuck on a hostile planet, who builds alters of himself, each one shaped by different life choices. Like, one might be just a scientist, another one a handyman, and they'll all have their own memories of personalities. They're not just building a base, they're managing a team of alternate versions of you. It's weird, smart, and could be one of 2025's most original survival games, or even of all time.
We need more space to fit everyone. And besides, the miner has destructive tendencies, while the botanist is... Get them off!
Someone get those lights off!
Coming up behind that at number 9, we've got FBC, or Firebreak, which, you see, it shifts the famous game Control's weird shifting halls into a full-blown co-op chaos. You and 2 teammates become the Bureau's emergency response unit, jump in headfirst into supernatural outbreaks inside the oldest house. Here's what you need to know. It's a first-person shooter, but it's not your typical squad game. This one's packed with reality warping anomalies, monsters from other dimensions, and that eerie Remedy atmosphere. The closed technical test runs May 15th to 19th, and signups are live now. If you liked Control but wanted to bring friends along for the ride, this one's definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Well, it'll probably attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened it. Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you.
With that being said, Etheria Restart is gearing up for its global launch in June 5, but right now, the final closed beta is live on mobile and PC. If you missed it before, this is a pretty stylish squad-based RPG with some deep strategy and flashy combat, and plenty of PvP and PvE content. You'll be diving into roguelike challenges involving boss fights and 3 different PvP modes, RTA, GVG, and global tournaments called the Etheria World Summit. Anyway, there is even a fresh gacha system in the game with no 50-50 pulls, and most importantly, pre-registration is now live, so jump in for the beta for a sneak peek and launch rewards. It's a great game, easy to pick up on mobile and PC. Look guys, Rise of Industry 2 is actually bringing back the business grind with an 80s American twist. Like, think neon suits, booming industries and the birth of globalization. Out on June 3 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC, this game basically lets you build everything from car factories to vineyards and even tech labs pumping out cassette players and consoles. You're gonna be juggling production chains, managing exports, research new tech, and cozy up to other CEOs. Campaign or sandbox is all about scaling smart, keeping the board happy, and chasing that classic American dream. Why not? It's a great strategy game in overall feel. Now, on the other hand, Rematch here, which is a first-time mentioner, is actually Slow Clap's unexpected pivot from Kung Fu brawler Sifu to a super wacky 5v5 soccer, and it's already making waves. In this one, there are no stat boosts, everything's on equal footing, and teamwork is everything. Each player controls a single character on the pitch, pushing skills and coordinations to the forefront, and what's great is that the second closed beta kicks off on May 28 and runs for a couple of days, supporting full crossplay on PC and consoles. That being said, the full game lands June 19, but you can still sign up for a chance to test it early. Here's how it looks. Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 are finally landing on June 5, and they are not arriving quietly. After years of silence since Chapter 2, Toby Fox is dropping both new chapters as launch titles for the Nintendo Switch 2, and honestly, it's the perfect way to show off the console. You can expect more of that unique mix of heartfelt storytelling, weird humor, and combat that flips expectations. Chapter 1 and 2 had their charm, but this feels like the saga's about to level up big time. And if you're not hopping on Switch 2 train, they're also hitting PC. No matter where you play, you're in for something wild, funny, and possibly emotional as well.
So let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse.
Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic is creeping onto platforms on June 13, and it is definitely shaping up to be one of the most intense entries yet. This game is set in abandoned holes of Murray's costume manor and throws you in a twisted scavenger hunt filled with just cryptic clues and a shape-shifting nightmare called the Mimic. In fact, this endoskeleton can become anything or anyone, making every encounter unpredictable. There is limited tools and only eradicated briefing guide you, so survival depends on staying sharp, quiet, and alert. Check it out, developers just released a new trailer for it.
Apprentice Matteo Lombardo, come forward.
Chronicles of the Wolf is, though, bringing the gothic energy back with a full-blown Castlevania-style adventure launching on June 19 this year. This game is made by folks behind Valasha, Reign of Dracula, and it's just packed with nostalgia, right down to Simon's Quest style Day and Night Cycle and the return of Symphony of the Nights, a Lucard voice actor. You play as Lombardo, aiming to join the Rose Cross Order, and it's full-on Metroidvania. You can expect retro vibes, deep low, and even a cameo from Bloodless of Bloodstained. It's added to all major platforms with a demo on Steam right now.
Going to be
With that being said, Star Overdrive kicks off with hoverboards, guitars, and a planet-hopping sci-fi vibe that should be a blast, but ends up feeling more like a missed opportunity. The world is gorgeous and the ideas are ambitious, but the game's clunky movement janky combat and flat characters do hold it back. Traversal can be fun, especially with upgraded gear and bounce pad puzzles, but it's constantly undercut by frustrating enemy design and some floaty controls as it is. In fact, there are moments of brilliance in this game, but they're kind of buried in too much repetition and unpolished gameplay. Cool style, just not much substance. Play it on PC right now.
I wish you could see this.
Pax Dei is still on track, but it's definitely gonna be a bumpier road. Mainframe Industries just laid off nearly 30% of its team, dropping from 60 to 43 developers due to a studio-wide restructure. They say it's a painful but necessary move to keep the game alive, and the team insists the MMORPG's vision hasn't changed and the development continues, just at a slower pace. The next major update is still coming this spring, and they're aiming for a full launch later on in the year despite the reduced staff. It's a tough hit, but Pax Dei is not folding.
We were created by man to protect him.
With that being said, we've mentioned this game before, but if you missed it, Forgotlings is one of those games that flew on our radar, but it's looking like a must-play. It's actually made by the same team behind Forgotten Anne. It's a Metroidvania this time around with that same Ghibli-inspired art and look, and you play as this character called Fig, a mannequin that's exploring a world full of these forgotten objects that's come to life, like literal walking wardrobes, TVs, all kinds of nonsense. It's got solid platforming, wall jumping, scrambling, puzzling, and some light combat with sneaky options and backsteps. Honestly, the real hook is just vibing in that lush, super charming world with all of its uniqueness. No date yet, but we are definitely keeping tabs on this one. Last but not least, we've got Parallel Experiments, which has been pushed back to June 5, but the wait comes with good news. It's coming while the consoles are launched the same day with full crossplay support, which means no matter what platform you're on, finding a co-op partner to tackle these wild puzzles just got easier. This game is now all about two detectives solving completely different halves of the same case,